In this episode, we will talk about one of the most controversial topics in the gaming industry, the endless fight among Microsoft and Sony and their next generation consoles, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. It is the main focus in the industry as gamers are trying to determine which console should they get their hands on in November. Nevertheless, Sony has implemented a new strategical feature that Microsoft Xbox completely didn't thought of when designing their console, and that Sony hopes will be a deal breaker for Xbox enthusiasts. Before getting into the matter at hand, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on your notifications to never miss an episode of the Gaming Journal, the best place for you to find the latest and most interesting news and factoids regarding the gaming world. Now, when we think about what's most important in a next generation console, we often think about loading times and graphical fidelity, or exclusive games and launch titles. However, an obvious and important facet that gamers don't talk about enough is the basic user interface. First impressions are everything. So how a gamer feels the first time they boot up a new console really matters. Early reports indicate that in this area alone, Sony's PlayStation 5 has Microsoft Xbox Series X soundly beaten. Tom Warren, senior editor at The Verge, tweeted that the Xbox Series X dashboard will be the same as the Xbox One, clarifying that the dashboard will be the same. In other words, when gamers start their brand new Xbox Series X for the first time this fall, everything they see and hear will resemble the Xbox One they may have gotten 7 years prior. Over the years, specific apps and the overall interface have evolved over infrequent updates, including more recent updates that improve the experience, but the core dashboard has remained the same, and will stay the same for a long time to come. Microsoft will have continuity between the two generations of Xbox consoles, making it easier for gamers to use the new console on day one. But it is at the expense of showcasing genuine innovation. Tom Warren also published an article that explains how Sony is going for the opposite approach. In a thread on LinkedIn that has since been deleted, PlayStation VP of Design Matt McLaurin called the PS5 user interface a very interesting evolution of the OS, and more subtle than flashy. Despite being practical and useful, the dashboard also presents a whole new visual language, with a complete re-architecting of the user interface. In a thread on LinkedIn that has since been deleted, PlayStation VP of Design Matt McLaurin called the PS5 user interface a very interesting evolution of the OS, and more subtle than flashy. Despite being practical and useful, the dashboard also presents a whole new visual language, with a complete re-architecting of the user interface. The PS5 interface will feel immediately familiar to PS4 owners, while also evolving the design ethos. We don't know what the full interface will look like just yet, but we'll probably find out very soon. First glance, a console's dashboard may not seem at all important in the grand scheme of things, but consider how much time we have to spend navigating through menus, whether it is trying to download the latest PS Plus freebie or delete a digital game to make room for a new one on your limited hard drive. If the way we interact with a console is clunky or difficult to parse, the entire experience is negatively impacted. Particularly since Sony is also releasing a digital edition of the PS5, which will compel gamers to take active management over their gaming library. An effective user interface is essential, but what would it actually look like? Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications to never miss an episode of the Gaming Journal.